Welcome back to Sunny's Adventures, and today we're going to play the game Hot Takes. We're not going to play it completely correct because we don't have another person. But it's basically an opinionated game. It says the party game of spicy opinions.
And we're spicy people, so we got opinions.
Texture.
The texture. For all you texture people, let's see if I can get a nice reflection of. Here, look at that. As you can see, this is nice and... Like Hot Takes is super smooth, and this is abrasive.
Yeah, it's like...
It's pretty cool. Somebody put some thought into it, so...
Okay, we're not going to actually use this card thing until we play it. I gotta open these. It's so sticky.
I know. I didn't know if that was just this one.
No, they're all so sticky. How did you open that?
Like a pack of cigarettes. Oh, this one is definitely stuck. See? It's got like the pull. And just wrap around.
Oh. Oh, it's so sticky.
You know, some of the best things in life are sticky.
That's an opinion right there. Okay, I'm not sure if these... My co-host here is Dusty. He hasn't been in a video in a while.
Hi. You can see me in some of the other adventures.
Yeah.
I'm the cool guy. Doing stuff that he shouldn't do, probably.
Alright, should we start?
We don't know how to play the game.
We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna be like, answer the question, and we can argue about it if we want. Or if not, we move on, you know, kind of thing.
Okay.
Try and make it interesting.
Alright.
Alright, let's do it. This one is so sticky. Opinion. Cards should be sticky when you open them. PDA is gross. I agree with that.
I disagree.
Why?
Because it's public display of affection. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's, as long as it's not rated like R, you know, like someone just giving somebody a kiss or a hug.
PG PDA is okay?
Well, it depends on the crowd. If you're at a bar where you know everyone's adults, then...
Who wants to see you sucking face?
Then it can go a little farther, but I think there's nothing wrong with, in public, giving, like, a quick kiss or a hug. Holding hands.
A quick kiss. Like, you know, like, say goodbye, you give a little peck. That's fine. But if you're making out in public, that's disgusting.
The only place that's probably
Like,
okay is, like, a bar.
Even a bar.
So, yeah, I would say I disagree, but within reason.
I agree it's gross. There has to be boundaries. There has to be set boundaries.
It all depends on how the person looks, too.
Looks?
Yes, looks.
Like, what do you mean?
Because the question is it gross? So that means if you're looking at it,
if you see your mom
gross?
kissing your dad in public, making out, that's
Yeah.
gross?
Yeah, because it's my parents. It's less, I'm not saying it's gross, but it's less agreeable for my viewing pleasure.
I think it's gross no matter who you are.
Okay, well, there we go.
It's just gross. Okay, your turn.
Volunteer hours should be required in high school. I'm thinking I disagree unless it counted as some sort of class where you can maybe rake somebody's lawn and get credit for it. Because you need some sort of excuse if you're like skipping school.
I disagree in general. It should not be required, but I was in like a National Honor Society thing where we were required to do volunteer hours as being that, you know, higher up student, I guess. I don't know. I also think it was kind of dumb that you make them do more work just because they get 4.0s or whatever. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I wasn't really liking. I didn't like that they forced you to do it just because you were on the honor roll.
Yeah. Overall, I disagree.
I would agree.
It should not be a requirement.
People should want to volunteer.
Yes.
You shouldn't require someone.
Yes. If you don't want to do it, whatever activity, you better be getting paid.
Tap water is better than Dasani.
I'm going to have to disagree with that on the whole.
I would disagree as well, especially because I live in Kakana, and the Kakana water here is nasty. Appleton water, to me, is good. I could drink tap water all day from Appleton, but not Kakana.
So I'm not going, like, nothing... My answer has nothing to do with Dasani water. Just filtered water in general is better than tap water. Because, you know, I was in, like, water filtration and conditioning for 12 years, so I know what kind of crap can be in water. So, yeah. The city makes it, like, safe to eat or drink, sorry. but up to like the maximum contaminant level where it actually causes defects, I'd rather have like not just below,
purified
but
water.
none. Yeah, so that's a pretty easy question.
That's an easy question.
Marriage proposals should not be done in front of a lot of people. Not be done in public in front of a lot of people. I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters. I think it matters on who you are as a person and if you like crowds or not.
Yeah.
I don't think it.
I don't do it for the other people.
Right.
Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I think it just depends on the person. Beauty pageants for children should be banned. I think it should be banned until they can make their own choice. You shouldn't enter babies in a beauty pageant.
Yeah, but I don't know how many babies are in a beauty pageant. There's
I think
probably
they have them.
3-year-olds, maybe 4-year-old. I don't know.
I think they have baby pageants, but
So-
I think until they can choose, like, yes, I want to do that, then you shouldn't.
So what about just like a contest, like, hey, send in a picture of your kid. If they're cute, you can win something. Like
That's
just
not
some.
a pageant.
Okay, so a pageant would be like a mom carrying a little toddler, like an infant out there in their onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I think you shouldn't do it until the kid be like, oh, I want to enter in this.
Yeah. Or if they verbally say they don't want to, or can say they don't want to.
Yeah, they have the option to say no.
I mean, if they're just like literally this big and can't, whatever. Okay. I mean, if I want to walk across an aisle with them, I guess it really doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think it's weird. So I would. What is the question? Should be banned. I would agree.
I don't really.
I would
know.
agree if they can't choose, like unless they can choose.
So then, babies have no say in, or babies. Well, they can't talk. So, what are you supposed to just sit at home with a baby, and do nothing with them ever?
No.
You can take them around and show them to people.
Yeah, that's fine, but not in like a
Pageant.
competition. You know.
I guess
It's
I.
weird. It's
I
weird.
never even thought.
It's
about
like early exposure to saying that person's uglier than you, so you don't get this. It's like
Oh.
weird.
I guess.
It's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Don't really have a strong opinion.
I mean, I don't. I think it's something that doesn't really happen that often for babies. Maybe I don't. I guess I'm not really sure. I don't follow pageants, but like to me, it would be weird to flaunt your 2 and under child, 3 and under child in front of judges and be like against others. It's weird. You know, they can't answer those questions like, "How are you gonna make the world a better place?" You know, it's just like I poop my pants and can't talk. You can't make. It's weird.
I don't know. They shouldn't be sexual if they're young. That's 100%. That's what I have.
They shouldn't be
against-
sexual ever, honestly.
I know that's what I'm saying. Though. Well, unless you're 18 or older, like then it's more.
I mean, they wear
it's
like
more
nicer
physical.
dresses, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what
a
I'm saying. It's
sexual
more,
thing.
Yeah, I know, not sexual. It's not like get out there and like do 10 jumping jacks in front of me and whatever.
Yeah,
Let's watch
no,
in slow
it's-
motion.
it's
I'm
just
just
that they
saying
dress
like
nice.
for
That's not
looks.
sexual.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But the problem is there's a lot of sick freaking bastards out there that look at it sexual.
Yeah.
All right, next question. In most cases, you need a college degree to be successful.
Disagree.
In most cases.
Oh, most cases?
Not in all cases.
Okay, I would agree if it's most cases.
Yeah, in most cases. But not necessarily. Like, even college degree, I'm including like tech schools.
Well, yeah, tech is a degree.
Yeah. But it's not like a 4-year school.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't say it has to be a 4-year school.
You can definitely make good money without college.
Correct.
Especially if you
I mean, even a lot of trades, though, they make you go at least for a year.
to school.
Yeah.
But a lot of trades will even pay for
I mean,
your schooling
train you on the job or pay
and trade
for
you
it.
on the job. So yeah.
But they still send you to school, even if it's not prior to working there.
Yeah. But it wasn't needed to get where you are
Correct, yeah.
at. Once you're on the job, you're on the job. So
There's usually more room for, getting higher, climbing up a corporate ladder, and probably money involved when you have a degree.
yes.
And also, this is like define successful. You have a house, comfortably living.
Yeah,
a
that's
smaller
true.
house versus a mansion. It depends what you mean. It's just, I think successful means just like you live comfortably. You don't live paycheck to paycheck.
Word.
People have the right to be anti-vax.
Sure.
I would agree.
Yeah. Like, sure, if you want to get vaxxed, get vaxxed. If
I don't care what other people do with their lives, so I don't care what I do with my own. Do what you want. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's some arguments for like certain things, like
Like
well,
mono and
mono,
measles and all
measles
that. Like
and-
you should be vaxxed for that.
like some, I guess some things are a little more important than other things, but you don't have to go to the doctor and take every single vaccine. They
Or like
say,
flu shots. It's like people are
yeah.
all like weird about the flu shots and stuff. It's like I had a flu shot when I was like 2 and never again.
Yeah.
It's been like over 20 years.
I don't remember the last one I got. Gender is a social construct.
I think I disagree with that. I think that means
I don't know what it means, but I think gender depends on your bits and pieces.
I think that's what that means.
Social
Okay,
construct?
let me Google what social construct means. Because I actually don't know. Do you know?
I know what gender is. It's
Yeah, but what is construct?
what
Is
you
it-
were born with. I mean, technically.
Social constructionism is a term used in sociology and communication theory. The term can serve somewhat different functions in the field, however, the foundation is theoretical. Theoretical framework suggests that the facets of social reality, such as concepts, beliefs, norms, and values, are formed through continuous interactions.
So they're saying that you could raise a baby boy to be your typical baby girl if you raised them wearing pink and Barbies and stuff, like the typical girl. Is that what it's saying?
I don't really know. Okay, let's just change the question to... Wait, what is an example of gender social contract? This applies to the idea that men should keep their emotions bottled up, or notion that women are overly emotional. So it's
No, that does.
gender behaviorals, the concept of certain behaviors being specific to a person's gender in a social construct. Yes, so that's right. So so you have to raise someone if they're born a boy, you raise them a boy and nothing else, and they can't.
I feel like that last thing you read gets in a whole different like gender roles, not.
No,
I thought-
okay, if they're born a boy, they get raised as a boy.
Yeah.
So that's what social construct is. That's what it says. Which is what I thought it was.
Okay.
What is the question? Gender is a social... I would disagree.
I don't know what the question really
I know,
means.
okay,
but if
on
you're a
you
boy,
know-
you have a wiener. If
Okay,
you
yeah,
don't,
for
you
you,
don't.
I know
you're a
your
girl.
answer, but
It's,
I disagree.
if you're born with male parts, doesn't that make your gender male?
I think,
in the most basic
gender
form,
is
yes.
dumb.
Yeah, that's not what.
No,
I'm
I don't
asking,
think
though.
I don't think
But
gender
that is
should
how
be-
it works, though. That's
No.
how it works.
I think you are what you feel inside.
But yeah, you are like emotionally, but physically, physically, I don't have a six pack, but in my mind, I don't let it hold me back. So I do stuff that usually people with my body don't do. Like, the way you feel is different than actually what you are. Like, I can't just not like my belly and wish it just disappeared. Every time I go down the stairs at work, I feel my chest bump, jiggle every time I go down the stairs. Like, yeah, I wish they were muscular instead of jugular.
Yeah, but wishing something is different than...
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You're just saying it's whatever you want or whatever you feel. Like, yeah, I feel young, but that doesn't make me young. There's a physical, like, you are a brick, or you are a stone, or you are a person. But if you break it down, you're male or female. But that doesn't.
I think
We're gotten nothing into like your emotions of how you feel. Like, that doesn't have to.
Okay, I think
you.
your mental gender is different than a physical gender.
Yeah, sure.
So like,
if somebody
whatever, you're
in their
born
head,
with typical male or female parts. To me, that's just a like that's like say for like medical purposes.
Yeah.
You're more prone to having prostate cancer versus breast cancer kind of thing. I don't think it should be you're a male or female just because you're born with parts. I think you should. I think it's like you can say whatever male or female, genitalia, but being male or female is different than having those parts.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I mean, you can come up with different words for it, like identify. Sure, you can identify as that. That's nobody's gonna argue with you because that's your opinion. But either you do or you don't have.
Yeah, but that's
the male or female
But that's
parts.
the physical components of.
Yeah, that's what makes gender.
That's like saying if you don't have 5 fingers, you're not a human.
No, like when a baby is born, and I'm sure there's obviously there's the weight, the time, the age. Well, not the age. Obviously, you're just born, but it's gender, male or female. That's like it's like that is a physical thing. Like, but there's also like once people grow up and they feel a certain way, then they can like
but usually
feel like they're.
But usually people know even younger than just being over 18 and being influenced by outside parties. Like,
Yeah.
you know from a younger age than most people realize that
Sure.
you are born in the wrong body, basically.
But gender in a physical context is very cut and dry. In a physical, legit physical.
I don't know about that.
Yes, it is physically, but emotionally,
I think
mentally,
just-
whatever.
I don't know. I think it's more or less for like history stuff, like medical stuff. You know, it's not like
Well, then
the being of a gender versus.
okay. Well, then come up. What I'm saying is, there's probably a better term for it than gender.
Yeah, I guess if you take the word gender out of it, like
Like you could probably be like.
that's why I'm saying. That's why when I say
emotional-
gender stupid, it's a stupid word that people use because it shouldn't be even used as gender anymore. Honestly, like it should be, like
Well, for physical stuff, like when you.
yeah,
call the
you're born.
doctor-
It says sex. It doesn't say gender.
How do you know?
Have you ever looked at a birth certificate?
Sure.
And your driver's license, it says sex. It doesn't say gender.
But that's the same thing, ain't it?
No, it's not.
Sex and gender.
I mean, they may be technically synonyms, but I think as life progresses, I think they become further and further apart.
It's probably just because it's shorter to write sex over
no,
gender.
I think it's more of a scientific term versus.
Well, that is a good question. I'd like to know, is that term legit the same? Here's my dog, by the way. Isn't she pretty?
Okay, it says, although sex is often incorrectly thought to have the same meaning as gender, the term describes different but connected constructs. Sex and gender shape health identity as distant factors, as well as interactively
Oh, you
through
said
the many.
health independency, not identity.
Oh, sorry, health independently as distant factors, as well as interactively through the many ways in which they intersect and influence each other. Literally, I was right.
Can you say that in a layman's terms? Because that just sounds like a bunch of big words. Because I don't think anybody got that.
Okay.
Come on, just without reading more. Do you even know what that said?
To me, it says they're not the same, even though they say most
Well, it
people
said they
think-
wasn't the same, but then they said a bunch of words that nobody knew. Okay, well that kind of describes what we're
Okay,
talking
right
about.
here, yes.
Biological.
Yeah, sex is usually
versus-
categorized as male or female, but there are variation biological attributes to compromise sex and how the attributes are expressed. Gender refers to socially constructed roles, behaviors, expressions. So yes, I'm right.
Okay.
Like gender and sex are different. So yes,
Okay,
when
fine.
you're born, you are assigned male or female, but as a gender yourself, you can claim something different, which is why gender is like you can be, you know, whatever, male, female, non-binary, binary, whatever the case is. You know, all the different categories that people come up with.
if that's something that people get to choose, then sure.
You choose to walk every day as a male. That's your
Yeah,
choice. You
that-
could
that's
choose
fine.
tomorrow
That's
to be a
fine.
woman.
I'm saying like the non-choice thing, like the sex. Okay, not the gender. I
Yeah,
guess.
whatever
if
you are.
you can
yes,
choose.
You are clearly born with one or the other usually.
That's all. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, but as a gender, you can be fluent in whatever you want.
Okay.
Using paper straws is pointless if you're still drinking from a plastic cup.
I think the question should have said, paper straws are useless if they're wrapped in plastic, which I've seen. Seriously, like,
Right, the packaging that comes in.
yeah. No, it's not pointless.
Yeah, it's still minimizing the amount of plastic use.
But I mean, it just murders trees instead of murders oil. So I mean, whatever.
Well, and the whole thing about it going into the ocean. Which
Well,
I'm not
what
really
a-
sure how straws kill turtles, but
But either way, like the whole like paper plastic thing, which is probably a question here, you know.
probably.
But like, to me, it applies to straws. Like, you're gonna either cut down a tree or you're gonna have to use petroleum. Like, so who cares?
Yeah, I would disagree.
Not who cares,
I don't
but
think it's
whatever.
pointless, but
Yeah, I
it's,
just
there is give or takes with whatever you use, you know? Still some sort of manufacturing process and mill that has to go through.
All right, it is up to individual people rather than companies to help solve the climate crisis. The question is it up to the individual rather than companies?
No, it's up to everybody, to me.
It's everybody.
So what is it? It's up
It
to
is
the
up to the
individual?
individual.
Agree.
Rather,
Oh,
no,
I mean, it's
rather than
everyone.
the company. So I disagree. It's up to everybody.
Everybody, yeah, everybody.
I mean, just because you're owner of a company, you're still a person.
you should take
technically.
efforts to make your company more eco-friendly.
Like,
But you should as an individual as well. You should not
Yeah.
litter, do the right eco-friendly things.
yeah, like everybody should.
Agreed.
Bam.
Bam. Movies are better than books.
I'm sure the answer is technically books are better because
Agree. Yeah, I
use
would-
your imagination, but it's so much easier to watch a movie.
Yeah.
So, like, I really do think the answer is books, but it's just so hard to read a book.
So I think, reading graphic novels, they do a better job of getting storylines out there, but and then like usually a book comes first, so in people's minds, if they read the one first, they're gonna say, oh, the storyline was better in this versus this. They butchered it when they hit the movie. But I don't think they ever go from movie to book, so there's never that. You can't use that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but the thing is, a book takes so much longer, which is a downfall, but if you really, really are into the story, that could be an upfall.
Right. I mean, I
An
read Flash
uprise?
comics and watch like Flash series or stuff. All
That's
right.
not too bad.
Sorry if our lighting changed.
Oh, I gotta get more
We're
in the
having
middle.
my good light died. Okay. Dancing is a sport. I agree.
Yeah, I guess.
It's physical and you compete. How is it not a sport?
Yeah.
Because you don't throw a ball.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it for fun, but you can do a lot of things for fun.
I can
But
play
it's
basketball at the park. It doesn't mean I'm a pro.
yeah, but it's a sport, yeah.
I agree. That's a dumb question.
Yeah. People who grew up with social media will have less interpersonal communication skills. I say yeah.
Probably.
I mean, you have probably better ones in different areas, but you overall don't have as much.
Yeah, you're probably more tech savvy, but you also.
But the legit interpersonal communication, like person to person, yeah, of course. Like nowadays, or forever since social media has been big, you stand in a line at a pharmacy or anything, every single person is staring at their phone or not talking to each other. Versus like before that, people would just like chit chat with each other. That does not happen anymore.
Yeah. Catfishing someone should be punishable by law.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross.
I mean, it's not always gross. It could be just for money.
Or yeah,
People
I guess
steal money.
Yeah,
It's bullshit. You can't pretend you're
scamming
somebody
people
else.
in any
It's
way.
a scam.
Yeah,
It's a scam.
Scamming people anyway is disrespectful and should be punishable.
Hunting for sport is unethical.
False.
Hunting for sport, yeah.
Or disagree. Sorry, not false.
I disagree, but I'd like to add that they should be eating what.
Yes, if they don't eat it or tend to eat it,
Yeah.
don't shoot it or kill it.
So that's a big part of it. What does for sport mean? Like, I love hunting for the fun of it, but I also eat it. So I do for sport and for food.
I'll say maybe for sport means not eating it.
Yeah, for that would be like I shoot something, take my picture with it, and let it go. So yeah, for that, I call it more like trophy hunting. Well, whatever. If you don't eat
Like
it,
like fishing, you can catch and release. So
Yeah.
it's not it's for sport right there. But you could also catch and eat.
yeah,
But like a deer, you can't catch a deer and keep it going because usually you wound it in some way.
yeah. If you're not gonna eat it, then you shouldn't be killing it,
Correct.
unless it's invasive, like legit, like, hey, my basement's full of rats.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but that's not hunting. I think that's
Well, you never know. Go
that's-
down there with the BB gun, soda pop.
maybe, I guess.
Hunt those
I
bastards.
think we agree on that one. Meeting someone through a dating app is less meaningful than meeting them in person. I disagree.
That's meaningful. I don't think. Less mean. I think I disagree.
It's just a different way of finding people in life.
And I
you know?
feel like dating apps used to get a lot of shit, like a lot when they kind of like first got popular. But now I totally see it. Like you can go through and if someone got their interests that don't line up with you at all, you can just
Yeah, they straight up say like, if you don't follow this, just swipe left or whatever. Like they straight up tell you like, this is something I strongly believe in. If you don't, we can't be friends. Like you don't know that. If I met you right now, I don't know if you strictly hate the color blue and just will never be friends with someone who likes blue. It's like they'll tell you right away if something's really, really like
yeah. So
a deal breaker.
in a way, it could be more meaningful
Yeah.
because you actually sifted through a bunch of potential people.
And you didn't waste your time.
Yeah, so like you kind of boil it down to a person, so it should be more meaningful. Like, okay, I don't want to F this up because, at that point with online dating, you got a little bit of time invested already.
Agreed.
Celebrities should be transparent about any plastic surgery they had. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't care what they do.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't give a shit.
I don't care. I don't care if they get a nose job. No one cares. The chicken came first. Disagree.
I feel like I disagree too, because it came from an egg.
Right.
But
like,
where did the egg come from?
okay, so it came from two different. So chicken or egg?
I mean, nobody knows.
I don't know where the camera died, but I say egg because two things had to come together to make a chicken. Chicken just didn't appear on life. You know, we evolved from something, so did a chicken.
So what do you think the chicken came
No,
first?
the egg. So, whatever. Two things breeded or something evolutionarily became into a chicken, the egg came first.
Unless the first chicken was born, like,
Through an egg.
vaginally, like through the.
Then how did it evolve into an egg?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There has to be a cutoff, or all of a sudden, at one point, it's like, okay, that's the last birth like that. And now it's
No.
gonna switch. Yeah, there has to be.
No, it doesn't.
If we're talking like evolution,
Dude, dinosaurs had eggs.
I know.
So what if they evolved from some type of dinosaur that always had an egg? Birds just don't. Birds have always,
They're not mammals.
right. So like,
But maybe I guess nobody knows.
I mean, no,
but
but
it seems like an
to
egg.
me, yes.
It seems like an egg should come first.
Yeah, I would agree.
Beds should have top sheets.
Like regular sheets.
I mean, I'm not really sure exactly, but I agree if it's saying you shouldn't sleep on your mattress.
Right, I would agree. Don't sleep on your mattress.
That's
You
like
can't really wash your mattress as much as a sheet.
it's like not wearing underwear. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, it's weird.
But if it just means like
Like the stupid non-fitted sheet.
the non-fitted, like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
don't
sleep
like that
between
one.
this. I know some people who sleep between them, but I just thought they were always a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
So
I personally don't like the sheet that's not fitted to the mattress.
So yeah, you shouldn't sleep on your mattress.
Correct. Long distance relationships can work.
Sure.
I
Sure.
agree.
Yeah.
I mean, to a point, you should make an effort to not make it long distance, but
Yeah, but
if you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
I would agree it can work. Good-looking people always have worse personalities. Well, I disagree because always is a strong word.
Dude, I'm so hot and my personality is great.
Samesies. Yeah.
I think being hot is a perspective.
That's true too.
There's not really a, arguments actually bring you closer in a relationship. I mean, it's a way of expressing what you feel, but sometimes arguments are toxic.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really disagree at all with what you just said because
With what I said?
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, maybe in the end, it could bring you closer together if somebody's not telling you something for a long time and it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, I don't know, I think...
But if it's like,
A
say we have
negative
a
argument?
disagreement because I slept with her sister, she'd be like, yeah, I can see that being an issue.
Like, yeah, I guess
Depends
it
what
depends
you're
what kind
talking
of
about.
argument it is, yeah.
Or be like, yeah, I gave you,
I think it's just a form of
Herpes.
expression.
the clap.
Knowingly giving someone herpes.
Yeah. All depends on what the argument's about.
Yeah, I would agree. That one, some of these are like, one person must always be more dominant than the other in a relationship. Disagree.
Yeah, I guess I disagree.
Because, like, why can't you be equally, why does somebody have to overpower someone? That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably works better if you're both, like, in unison, not just, like, do what I say or don't do anything at all kind of thing. Like, that's kind of manipulative.
Yeah, or you take turns being dominant and submissive. Strict parents make for wilder kids. I would disagree because that's too broad.
Yeah.
Can't be like,
I feel like the kid has to perceive stuff in a certain way in order to come out as how they do,
yeah.
I don't think it has anything, I mean, a little bit to do with their environment, but mostly...
But either way, like strict parents, I would say in general, don't have wilder kids.
I mean, it probably forces them to act out more because they
Maybe sometimes, but the little bit of time versus somebody whose parents aren't strict at all, they can probably act wild all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of a weird question. Alright, thanks so much for watching Sunny's Adventures. I hope you enjoyed the video playing Hot Takes.
Hot takes.
Maybe we'll do another round with more people and play it more correctly someday.
Yeah, we can really get a debate going.
Yeah, get more debate.
But we had fun.
Yep. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow my other adventures upcoming. Bye.
Bye.